developing throughout the day. Is this going to be good news for Silverstone, do you think?
Jonathan, really tonight it is very close to call. Here at Silverstone they were expecting this to be a really big weekend, with it possibly being their last ever British Grand Prix. But certainly no one expected so much drama with 2 days to go until that big race on Sunday. Overnight it was revealed by some of the biggest names in the sport. We're talking about the likes of Ferrari, McLaren and Braun GP, that they are planning to set up their own rival race series. Tonight that row seems no closer to cooling off either, with the motorsport governing body threatening to take those teams to court. So tonight it's a sport in turmoil, but actually it could mean some hope for them here at Silverstone. The fans had come for one final party to toast the end of Silverstone's British Grand Prix days. But news of a split in Formula One could throw the Northants circuit a lifeline. And as the teams hit the circuit today, it was the off-track action everyone was talking about.
From an outsider's view, I'm saying, how could any sponsor ever come to Formula One with this kind of carry-on? And I just don't understand why both sets of parties seem to argue in public, and why they can't unite themselves, particularly in these very difficult financial moments.
Really, Formula One is like a giant racing car set, run by Bernie Ecclestone and Max Mosley. They're the ones who decide which cars get to race and where. But now 8 of those teams have decided they don't want to play by their rules anymore, having fallen out over plans to cap their budgets and also restrict new technology. And that's what could break up Formula One. Now the teams behind the likes of Button and Hamilton are threatening to set up their own race series. It may be bad for the sport, but good for Silverstone, keen to continue their F1 heritage.
The wide open spaces of an aerodrome don't make an ideal road circuit. But gangs of enthusiasts have spent days putting down hundreds of straw bales to make artificial corners.
In 1948, hay bales and oil drums transformed the airfield for the first ever Grand Prix. The next 61 years saw big changes to the circuit and, of course, the drivers. The fans, though, have always kept coming back.
All the history surrounding Silverstone, I much prefer the race to be here. And if that was the case, I would definitely come back to Silverstone and watch the breakaway series.
And what people don't realise is outside the circuit, the campsites, which what we use, are fantastic, and the entertainment and the facilities, well, second to none, really.
We've been around a lot of the tracks around Europe, and this is one of the nicest ones for spectators.
Campsites like Whittlebury Park also want to keep a race here. They share in the millions that it makes for the local economy.
It is the busiest weekend of the year by far. Everyone's going flat out, 20-hour days and such like, but the atmosphere and the buzz really keeps everyone going. It's such a special event for us.
With Donington Park in Leicestershire getting the rights to the British Grand Prix from next year and doubts that they're going to be ready, at Silverstone they're keeping their options open.
We haven't been approached, certainly no official approach has been made to us, and I think until the speculation dies down over the weekend and we see really what's happening, I don't think we'll be speaking to anybody in particular. I really would like to see the whole thing stay together and have the official F1 race back here.
Around 80,000 fans have arrived today. Next year they could be watching their favourite teams in a completely different race series. One that could mean the checkered flag on Sunday won't be the end for Silverstone after all.
Rhiannon, it's very exciting stuff, but are we any clearer tonight about what will happen next year?
Well, I'm afraid, Becky, really the simple answer is no. There are some very big egos at stake here, and to be honest, neither side really wants to back down. And for Silverstone, that means that tonight they are really not much closer to finding out for definite whether or not they'll be hosting an F1 style race. Earlier today, I have been speaking to people who know the owners of the circuit, the British Racing Drivers Club. They have said that really they want this split healed within Formula One. But they're a business like any around the business. And if, for example, Donington Park isn't ready next year to take on the British Grand Prix, they'll be open for that. And if there is a rival race series which needs a new home, well, they'll be more than happy to take that on as well. So really, we're going to have to wait and see over the next few months to see how it all pans out. Away, though, from all the rowing that's been going on over there, you have to remember there are plenty of people here at Silverstone who actually want to enjoy themselves this weekend, and I'll be telling you a little bit more about that later on.
Thanks, Rhiannon. And we'll be hearing more from the fans later on.